Hello and good morning, everyone. Joe Justice here with Dad Bod Daily coming to you live, giving you the opportunity to learn a little bit more about yourself, how to set goals, how to improve your accountability, and to achieve the kind of goals that you want to achieve. You just give me 10 short minutes every day, and I guarantee you I will get you closer to where you want to be. Today, I was wanting to talk about why I have such a small gym. And this goes right in line with what I was talking about earlier this week. And that's the reason I wanted to kind of bring it up. You'll see behind me here is my gym. This is for the last 4 or 5 years, somewhere around in there. This is it. This is everything that I do. All of my exercises are done right here. Now, there's a little bit of an exception. I do a lot of outdoor exercising as well. I've got some monkey bars. I've got a climbing rope. I've got some of that kind of stuff. So that's absolutely true. I do a lot of outdoor activities. I like getting outside, like getting sun, and like doing some of that kind of stuff. I do a little bit of sandbag training and stuff like that. So all that's true. But for the most part, every day for about a half hour to 45 minutes, sometimes as much as an hour, I am right here, right behind me. And the big reason for that is many, many years ago, I read a book by a Shaolin monk that said their philosophy was that in order to train, all you needed was the space that it took for a tiger to lay down. And you know, if it's good enough for Shaolin monks, it's good enough for me. So I've lost at least 50 pounds and about 10 inches from around my waist over the last several years. I started out probably close to 240 pounds or so, 44-inch waist, and I was in terrible shape. And the biggest reason was because of all the stuff that I talk about, you know, being a dad, being an employee, all the stuff that kind of goes into, you know, just life. You know, everything just kind of piles on, and it just kind of, it's the exact same thing as, you know, what I talked about with doing the smallest thing. The small things just kind of pile up and pile up and pile up, and then before you know it, you know, there you are, heavier than ever. You can't catch your breath doing simple things, stuff like that. So, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of you that are watching this that kind of feel right along the same lines as I did back then. And I was just learning about habits and building kind of my philosophy of goal achievement and stuff like that when all of this came to me and when I decided to put it into practice. So I wanted to share some of that with you today. So first things first is you need to know yourself. What are you capable of doing? What are you willing to do? I talked earlier this week about doing the smallest thing, because the real key to success long term is to do the smallest thing that you're willing to do, the smallest thing that you will do every single day, something small that you know you can do. Could you go to a gym every single day and spend 2 hours in that gym for a week? You probably could, yes. Could you afford to spend the money on the gym? Absolutely. The same thing with equipment. Could you afford to buy a treadmill and put it in your basement? Absolutely. For a week or two, would you hit that treadmill every single day? Would you jump on there and run 10 miles every day? You could probably do that for a week or two. You could probably white knuckle it. And then what will eventually happen is something will come up. You won't have that hour, that 2 hours to go to the gym, and you'll kind of fall off. And then once you fall off once, then you won't do it again, and then you won't do it again, and then you won't do it again. And then before long, yeah, you did it. You hit it hard for a month, maybe. You hit it hard for a week. You were crushing it for a little while, but now you're not doing it at all. So what value is there in that? So first, know yourself. What are you willing to do? What's the smallest thing that you're willing to do? Me, I knew that long term I would not go to a gym every day. I knew that if I set up a gym situation, that as soon as something came up that stopped, that I would be okay going every single day, as long as everything was working out okay. But then as soon as the time came that I missed a day, as soon as that happened, then I knew that I would just fall off the wagon. So I committed. I knew, you know, from looking into it and from thinking about it, all you need is the space of a lion, okay, or a tiger. They don't have lions in Asia. But all you need was the space of a tiger. Okay, I can do that. So I've got my home office here. This is my computer set up and everything. So I set everything up in my home office so that I would have enough room. I got the adjustable weights that you can use to go up to 50 pounds. They go from everywhere from 5 pounds to 50 pounds, so they don't take up a whole lot of space. I got a yoga mat for yoga type exercises and core exercises when I need to lay down. I got a pull-up bar that you can see behind me. It's actually a 2-in-1 pull-up bar. It also switches to a dip station, and you can do leg lifts on it. So I guess it's a 3-in-1. But so I knew I could do. I did a pull-up bar. I put some motivational posters up, and I put a goal tracker up. That's the calendar that you can see behind me. So I put all this stuff together because I knew I'm going to be home every day. So I'll definitely do everything that it takes to be home every day, right? Because there's nowhere else I'm going to be. So that was so I knew myself. Know yourself. What are you going to do? What's the smallest thing you're going to do that you're going to do consistently? Don't set a goal so big that you're not going to be able to reach it, because that's just going to be negative in the long run. So I knew myself. I knew I wasn't going to go to the gym every day. I knew that I needed someplace consistent that I could go to, and that I would need to build habits. So I picked a small space. Is it an ideal space? Is it a perfect space? Absolutely not. If I went to a gym, theoretically, would I have better results with more equipment and more options and everything? Maybe. That's if I went there, but I knew I wasn't going to go there. So I had to pick a small space that I knew I'd go to every single day. And then lastly, use external cues. Using external cues is really important to be able to drive you forward. That's a lot of people have workout buddies that help them do that. And same thing with a coach or a trainer or something like that. If you really want to succeed at something, you get a personal trainer or a workout coach. That's an external cue that'll kind of push you along. That's a great idea if you can get it. If you have that as an option, you should absolutely do it. For me, I didn't have the option of a personal trainer or anything. Obviously, I'm not going to hire somebody to come to my house in my little bitty space here. Again, I knew I wouldn't go to a gym. Although if you paid somebody to go to a gym and everything, then maybe you'd be more dedicated than not. But again, that you're just setting these are just things that can fall off. Oh, you know what? I didn't make a whole lot of money this month, so I can't really, I can't really afford the gym anymore. Can't really afford the trainer anymore. So I'm just gonna take it off, and then or I'll drop the trainer, but I'll keep going to the gym. Well, how long is that gonna last? So, set up these small options, these small things that you can do. And again, I knew I wasn't going to go to the gym. I knew myself well enough that I was going to need a small dedicated space I could stick to, and I knew I needed external cues. So what did I use for external cues? Was workout videos. Workout videos, I knew that I could at least watch a workout video. And I found a place that has a whole bunch of workout videos, tons of different programs and things. Some were as short as 20 minutes. So what I did was I dedicated myself to watch the videos every day, to sit in my home office, my little gym behind me here, to watch the video and to participate as much as I could. That was my goal, okay? That was my day-to-day system, to watch a 20-minute video from my home gym. Now, anybody can do that, right? I mean, there's basically no way that you can't do that. You might have to shuffle around your schedule a little bit. You might have to wake up a little bit earlier or whatever, but 20 minutes every day. And what happens is you'll start to do it. And this is exactly what happened to me. So started to do, maybe, would get tired, get gassed out after the first 5 minutes, sometimes even after the warm up, depending on what the workout routine was. And then I would just sit and watch the video, literally just sit and watch the video until it was over, because I didn't want to do anymore. And then the next day, maybe I'd go ahead and push myself to 15 minutes, and then I'd sit and watch the video. But I would watch it every single day from my home office. That was the smallest step to achieving my goal. The smallest part, the smallest thing I could do to achieving my goal was to watch a video from my home office, something I could do every single day. And in time, it began to snowball. So I would do 15 minutes, and then the next week I would do 18 minutes, and then the next week I would do the whole 20 minutes. And then after that, it was like, well, I did the whole 20 minutes. Maybe I can put in a little bit more effort. So now we start putting in some more effort, and now we're adding more weight, and now we're adding more push-ups, and now we're adding more chin-ups. And now 20 minutes is pretty easy. So now let's do a half-hour program. Well, now the half-hour program, it's hard again. Everything's harder. And then it starts building from there and building from there. And then you say, well, you know what? I'm doing all these. I've added weights every week. I've added pull-ups. I've added push-ups. I've improved everything day after day after day. So now let's add something else. Let's make it a 45-minute workout. And then you keep doing that time after time after time. And now, before you know it, now today, it's just part of my routine. I do 45 minutes to an hour workout every single day. I don't even question it. It's not even a challenge. It's not difficult for me at all. I just do it. And now the challenge is more finding workouts that are more challenging. Now it's much more about finding things that are more challenging and more difficult than it is about actually doing it. And it's because I've built it up over the years. It's because I've done it. I started with the smallest possible step, and I've gone from there. And you can do the exact same thing. You do not need a gym. You do not need a giant place to work out. And you can do it. I know you will do it. So think about that for tomorrow. Work on that. Think about the smallest possible step you could do. Remember to please like and share this video. If you got something valuable out of this, please like and share it. Let me know, and feel free to join my group. Link is in the description. Just jump in and ask to join, and I'll add you right in. Thanks a lot. You guys have a wonderful day.